Yeah, social media and live.
So what literally happened, I fixed the PlayStation 2 and I was testing it. I was playing the Lord of the Rings game. Not the one I have. And then Bjorn was like this. I said, come. And we played. And then you run with Frodo and he can throw like rocks. I've never played this Lord of the Rings before. And he's like, he looks at me pressing. And I said, press. And he presses and he checks. Oh, the guy goes like this if you press. So now he started with PlayStation 2. And I'm like, let's say Riv already saw gaming somewhere. Could have been, Kelly was showing you Enzo and I River so nog gaan sy met hom. But he saw it. And friends, because I think we played TV games when we were like, I think I was like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
And then, I know we weren't I weren't going to school yet. Like, I'm talking about pre-primair, not even primary school. I wasn't, yeah.
Kindergarten.
Yeah. But, just won't surprise me that you guys carry on and you're like, River, I've got these daily games. Jy so, kyk. Haha, het julle en iewers sien jy so, I like it want Aiden's got something, whatever. En jy en Kelly is so, jy maak ek nie meer geld nie so, let's buy my Switch.
And then so that was leaning towards that was somewhere in life.
And I said so, oh yeah, that's his introduced. I just think, what the F? That was quick. YouTube is not. Enough video to maintain smooth streaming as. Okay.
Is updates aan die gang? Nee.
Oh ja, and it's usually. Synced, okay. This looks like it's low. Running, update queued. Paused. Okay. Hi, Erica Wolf.
Hello. So it's going to probably have a delay. Go Wolf.
I mean,
live. Hello and welcome to the stream. Is it animal facts? What's animal facts?
I just don't recognize his name.
Yeah, I don't. Sherry Bauer. Yes.
7
Sup everybody. Good evening.
The internet looks good again.
Where's my hat?
But yeah, I think I just think it's gonna play out. I think what obviously I just think that this is probably I don't know how much of a thing it is, but I think we both envisioned like when you go on holiday you're like, I wish I had like a PSP to sit and play, and I've got an opportunity to be like, I can actually buy my second-hand PSP, or because you guys know you guys are going to
Nintendo.
You guys are going to Cape Town or whatever, and you feel almost that. I remember that feeling, so I wonder how much that's gonna take part, and yeah.
I checked. I need to send it to you, but there was something called a Pro 2 Junior. Where you had that tank game, played that thing crazy. No, but that was also cool. That was on there.
That was called Tank. Tank something.
My brother had the Pro 2000, but it's literally the black and white, so you could play Snake. But it's a thing like this, and it had one circular button also, and
I think I know it goes. The console goes like this.
There were many of those, yes. Mine was like the Pro 2 Junior, which was black. So this, and then it had a fold open screen.
Um,
And then you were introduced by 4 little pictures: a snake, a tank, a thing. And the tank is like this is the shape of the tank is ding, and then there's the little shooter in the middle. It's like a, and then you could, it's almost just left and right, but you're shooting almost like a, but it could do a little bit more. What else was on there? But that was so cool for me. Like that, I would in bed, I would open it up and then play a little bit, and but that was the. I somewhere wish I had it still, and I think it was in a box there. And I would 99. Obviously, I do most of the driving, but if we ever had a long drive, I would play that thing still.
my parents, hey guys, how are you? MD, what's up?
Hey.
Good, thanks, and you? We had one of those went like, they had like 2,000 games on, but the thing what happened was, we were introduced, we got TV games, and we got PlayStation 1, and then somewhere my parents bought us, my brother, myself. So it was like stupid gaming. So we never like took it anywhere, or it doesn't.
Yeah, it was
just
too dumb.
something. Yeah, it was too dumb. I think that's probably. But what's cool is, you guys must have plans forever. You want to do this and maybe introduce that. So the cool thing is, I thought like, or there was this thought in my mind of, I want to introduce him rugby, but I don't care if he. I don't want him to be like South Africa. Yeah, that's that's the one we just grey with yellow buttons.
This is the exact one. Sorry.
Yes.
That was the exact one. There's a snake. Oh yeah, that's frog. You had some racing in that tank. Oh, fun.
But now what happens is, the Springboks play, and then I'm like, I'm gonna watch the Springboks, and life happens. And I'm like, okay, but they're playing tonight. They're playing at 6 in the afternoon. So Bjorn's gonna walk around there, and then he watches a bit of rugby with me. And then he goes on again, but now he's watching rugby. I almost didn't have a choice, unless you purposely say, I'm not gonna watch it because I wanted to watch it now.
Yeah.
But life happens, and like, I'm not this massive fan, but now he's getting introduced to it. It's almost, that's what I love about it. It's like almost you cannot help.
Yeah, your life is gonna just do it.
And that's the cool thing for me. Hello from South Africa.
Hi guys.
Hello back from
Hello.
South Africa. Toko, Zani.
And then see you after so many days. Good to see you.
MD. All I know is you study and study and study. I thought we should put some goals in.
No.
Oh, wait.
You don't have to make it that line. Just
I was joining you with the robotic sounds.
the sounds was okay, but the face said it all.
That was I did a skit in my mind where your joke seemed lame, and then the joke is I join you as the rope. So I first diss you in a way, but then I'm like, psych, I'm also a nerd. It's actually funny if you think about it.
Yeah.
Just think about it a bit more.
Yeah.
How is your life going? You see, my mind is full of shit. JP, I need to poop. Be right back. Shot, JP, you go do
Enjoy
that.
it.
Don't
You
rush.
can poop and watch
Yeah, you can. Just
if it's on your phone.
don't rush it though. Rather have a
Don't want hemorrhoids.
rather have a safe journey.
Travel safe.
I don't know what else with these colors.
But the danger is if you sit and watch, then you might not walk out the bathroom till the stream is done.
Yeah.
What is it with humans and bathrooms and consuming content? Because before this, it was magazines. It's literally in toilets. I thought of putting magazines in our bathroom again, just for, and then I want to read it while I sit there. I'm still kind of considering it, But I don't have cool enough magazines. But then I can do books, but I don't want poop books.
I was starting to read Hideo Kojima's book.
On the toilet. Works.
That's the
Did you... When you say you started,
Gross.
are you like 2 pages in?
yeah.
Or like a chapter in?
No, I just wanted to poop, and I was like, I want to read something. I don't want to be on my phone. And then I
That's very
grabbed
cool.
Hideo's book, so I don't want to read about.
So you finished it in one sitting.
I don't want to read about trauma, so I was like, I'm reading something else, and then oh, beautiful. That's the weirdest strike. Is Cape Town in what is Cape Town in Pretoria?
No.
Interesting.
JP, where are you from?
The weird thing, Charlie, is I had a similar thought the other day of that, of consuming content.
Mm-hmm.
But
On the toilet or just
on the toilet.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember if somebody had a magazine, I would page through it.
No.
But if I went to toilet in our house, I never grabbed. I just sat there. And now
Yeah.
obviously it feels weird because you're like, but what do you do though? And I hate that idea that I'm literally like at a space now where I'm like,
I need something.
yes, but I almost want to say the other side is you're like, how did I sit here doing nothing? Almost seems impossible.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously the next thought comes, I need something.
Yeah, I have to say, because in my parents' house, there was no magazines. There was no, like, that tradition wasn't there. That idea. So it was like, yeah, I probably just sat there and doing this.
I remember it was so fun for me if I went to people's bathroom and I sat, you closed the door and had something on the back door. Like some people had a birthday calendar.
Yes, it was.
So it was so cool. Just to be like, oh, cool. You carry on.
That is kind of cool.
And I like that because I think, I don't know, yeah. It's so weird now, if you take nothing to the bathroom now, you would probably rush it. I think.
Or normal it.
Yeah, yeah.
I think sometimes we're too long. It's like, oh, I forgot to wipe.
So I know with content, it's, but that's the cool thing is, if you watch something, you just relax, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but it is sad that
Oh,
where we are. Ooh.
oh, Vanessa, why didn't you answer? Answer the call.
Pots. So that was obviously we were watching at Outlander.
Obviously.
Yeah, I think the last like 3 stories I tell you ended with started
Outlander.
with Outlander, and we still have a while to go before we finish it. But there's a scene where they looked at the moon. But then I was thinking, it's so weird for me that a lot of times I sit here and think like, what happens after death?
Mm-hmm.
So you're like, what if like nothing happens? And then the other day I thought like, what if you just come back, like reincarnate basically, but in a
Mhm.
human form? So this is actually your 9th time on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
But you just that's what happens.
That's the loop.
There's
Mhm.
nothing else. If so, then actually it's the best if we can carry on with our civilization.
Mm-hmm.
Because you obviously have no memory before you were born, which is
That's
weird.
where the weird things happen.
And when I had this, I don't know if I ever told you, but I think myself sick. If I let myself, I can think myself like I get nauseous about
Mhm.
afterlife. And then I spoke to Chat about it, and he's like, yeah, psychologists, they talk about that feeling. Obviously they go into their own world of that feeling.
Mm-hmm.
But what happens, and you start to think, what if there's nothing? What if you can't fathom that because it's too much.
Mhm.
That's obviously what gets me. But then, it was a weird thing for me is that, what if you I'm not gonna go into those thoughts now, but what if you sit there in nothingness forever, but you are but the thing is, the thought that gets me is you are aware of it, but you won't be aware of it.
Yeah.
Okay. But then with Outlander, they were looking at the moon, they were talking, I was looking at, obviously, their moon. But I was thinking, it's so weird that you have these thoughts of this, like, what if there's, like, no God, and we just live? Then you look at the moon, it's like, but that's like another planet, though. Like, what the F is happening? That there's, if you start thinking about life itself, we're on a planet, there's other planets, and there's space, and you can like look at the stuff, and you can, with the experiences that happens, and you're like, this is the, if there's like no God, this is the weirdest thing that's happening.
So,
Like it almost feels like a movie, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like an insanely well written movie of these beings that exist, but there's nothing more for them. There's all this beauty, there's all
just
this,
the cosmic oops.
and you're like, that's weird. It becomes very strange to me if you start thinking about it like that.
That's where it starts to make sense for me. Where, what's his name? And it can be make a lot of money playing with that ball. But he doesn't have enough faith to be an atheist.
Warwick.
Yeah. Rick Warwick, something
Warwick,
like that.
yeah. Rick Warren.
Warren, yeah. Okay.
Nice.
Nice
shot.
But
What do you mean?
he said so he doesn't have enough faith to be an atheist. There's moments like that where I feel it too. I won't say Jesus, God, Muhammad, whatever the camp is, but it's so hard to say there's nothing.
Like I said, it becomes, I don't mean strange as in, that's weird, that's strange. It becomes really strange.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like I almost feel like it's, you know a bit about Stranger Things, right?
Yeah, no, I'm
Oh, you're
up to date.
following, okay. I think that's Thursday, and season 5's coming out.
Oof.
Which will be cool. But anyways, it's almost like you've never seen any series, any movie ever. You know life as it is, and then you watch Stranger Things. And I think that feeling that you get, you've never seen any movie, you've never seen any, you're not exposed to books or that's the first other story you see of life, and that strangeness you'll feel. I want to compare it to that, like it's just, you'll probably finish it and watch it and be like, it's the strangest thing I've watched. I've got this, it's another world that exists, but it's like, why is it, it's just so weird. It's like almost like unnecessarily weird. And that's what it feels like. It's like this super weird. Yeah.
Oh, with you. I'm with you. I saw My Little
Pony.
My Little Pony.
My Little Pony. My Little Pony.
Right.
I swallowed too early. You're watching My Little Pony?
Yeah. Had a revelation. No, I try and keep up to date with the
Crypto.
space life.
Oh.
So
In what way?
I don't do as much stargazing as I did, but I try. So even when I walk back after our walks, but then I try and read. So I have NASA's app on my phone, and
So you're following that whole Atlas, that L3, what A, so
China,
that,
yeah.
that stuff.
Yeah, well, again, follow and follow is two different. But I've got a reasonably good idea, but those are also like Joe Rogan, Tabas, and they talk bigger and blah blah blah
Yeah.
as well.
But you're on
But-
your own. I can see. I can also hear how there's a journey.
But
It can be very little. There's something.
I check out the almost more consistent, the smaller things like
Mm.
now Venus is in play. And so now NASA has a new photo.
Show us. Show the stream.
Obviously, I don't. My brain doesn't compute.
Don't show me. Are you going to show me a picture of My Little Pony now?
Yeah.
Charlie,
I'm listening.
when did you have this? Just sort of. Okay. When do you feel like? Because you always had the telescope. When did you download the app and you just try to do more effort with space? When did this happen? Like a month ago, 6 months ago? We're just talking about a small gigging. Not necessarily. When did I exactly get the app? Or when did I exactly do this? When was it like a sort of an interest? Because I know there was obviously interest,
From child.
but then you do like effort.
Because as a child, I had a telescope.
Yeah, but I'm talking now. You have a telescope,
Yeah.
but you don't use it.
Yeah.
Maybe you did the last 6 months.
Yeah.
But you told me now that you walk back and you look at the stars. You said you downloaded NASA's app. So there seems more says maybe more of a thing out. I am gonna do this. Maybe you always stargazed when you walked back. Then that doesn't count. I'm talking about when did you do this effort?
I think it's just a small side quest that I always. There's times when I go in deeper, but it's something that I sort of always do. Like, it's like
What
if
wanna
I say
ask now?
every week, at least I do a little bit of. I read an article because I have an email, things, and then I go always like the big effort is I want to buy new for the telescope. I want to fix a paw, but the other things I just keep reading
How's it
up on.
Charlie, but then somewhere watch October Sky. Charlie, it gave me a fascination to space because it's so weird. We see stars and space, and it's not fascinating. But then you hear, oh, there's satellites that orbit. You're like, shit, how does that work? And then this October Sky that's basically like, we're gonna make the rockets that put up satellites in the sky. So you see literally phase 1 that starts from Earth to get us into space. And you just have this I have got this appreciation of, but rockets are sick cool.
Hi.
And obviously what then it adds to the whole story, because you think space is beautiful, but then you hear the story how they get those photos, you're like, that's almost more beautiful for you. We're like, yo, we have to figure out this. I remember that movie of, what's her name, Mandy Moore? Yes, is that her name?
Well done, yeah. What's an actress's name?
What's her from This Is Us? Okay. She plays in a movie where she is busy dying and she dates like this popular guy in school. But then she's like this smart kid, obviously pretty, but she's not a popular kid. Then he falls in love with her, and then obviously he changes his ways, and he becomes like the super boyfriend. But then he builds her a telescope.
I've watched this it's long ago, yeah.
And then that's so cool for me because you can see space, you see the photos, but the moment you build it, you're like, we as humans, we're gonna enhance our eyesight to see space, and then you're like, look how beautiful space is, and then you get a more appreciation because this is what we had to. Then you hear about the Hubble telescope, the fucking solved,
Sure, yeah.
and you're like, the journey of space is so cool.
And then you hear.
But my fascination is with the ground stuff to space, the
Mhm.
rockets, the telescopes. I'm like,
Mhm.
that's so sick, and it's cool for me that this is a whole journey.
That's amazing.
And it's not people aren't like, yeah, rockets is very cool, but look at the stars.
Mhm.
It's like rockets are insane. Like anyways, the whole picture is beautiful.
But then you almost all, well, at least to our understanding, all ancient civilizations had some kind of, not just, yes, we use it to travel, but apparently the pyramids are aligned with certain stars, the stones, every ancient civilization. It's in the formation of the, like, what's this? Why is it always connected to? Now this is currently okay. So this is just I watch all the. It's got all the pictures and blah blah blah. It's very cool on the NASA app now. It's also flipping cool, seeing the world.
Yo.
Okay, now I don't understand this, but I've been staring at this for every now and again for a while. This is apparently, as far as we could zoom, our observable universe.
What the heck? Waarom ben jullie goed moes?
We're somewhere there. And this is our
way.
observable universe.
Okay.
Just, now you want to say that there is no other outer worldly power out there. Wild.
I was curious on how they take obviously that's not a picture. That's more a, what do you call it? What do you call it? Like a.
It is a compilation of pictures. How they assemble. Because it's zoom. Because this is. Let me read it to you very quickly. Old man disease. How far can you see? Everything you can see and everything you could possibly see right now, assuming your eyes could detect it all types of radiation around you, is the observable universe in light. The furthest we can see comes from the cosmic microwave background 13.8 billion years ago. Okay, but somewhere it says that.
Hi William Pong. How's it? You're talking about space.
Yeah, it's compacted scale. The Earth, the Sun, the center surrounded the solar system.
There's something about, but I don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
So this is Earth. We've got telescopes.
Mm-hmm.
So we look out.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have satellites.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I don't know what they call it, but they send stuff most further out.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes like forever to get a pixel. But then when Louis Giglio talks about that thing, it's like, yeah, this thing is so many light, and you're like, my mind goes, but how did you get this though? Because you spoke before about this thing. It takes years to send, like, not years. It takes years to get a picture because it sends a pixel,
A full.
and then later like, this is what they found. But then it's like, now let's zoom so much out. But how did you do that now?
How long has this been taking?
So then it's obviously a stage where they can't take the photos anymore, and they assume
Mm-hmm.
this is what it looks like. And I always wonder about that whole picture.
That I don't know.
Yeah. So then I wonder, is that? So my mind says that's not a picture.
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously Earth is much bigger than, or it's almost as big as the sun and that thing. But it's obviously just to give you an idea. And I wonder how much of that do they know? This is what it looks like. And what's the furthest thing that that's sending photos back to us? And where are you guys from? We are from.
Our backyard.
We are from South Africa.
New Zealand.
Yemen. And we're from South Africa.
I knew it.
Yeah, you set me up for that one.
Oh, that's wild.
I saw that guy again just the other day. That short where he's like, "Yeah, man, will you guys give me subs? Like, can I give the money back? No, you don't have to."
Same.
Where about in South Africa? Why is that happening though? You see how the name changes? It says William Pong F5E3D, and then again, and then it says William B6B7F.
Who said yesterday something about?
Alpha said YouTube changed. Pretoria is die Afrikaans. Jy was nog altyd daar. Sorry, I can't tell you, my mind feels like it's exploding. Cause I've got like, the last few days I got like these business ideas I've been thinking about before. But I feel like, should I have to do this? Yes, I must. Obviously think about Laxman, and I'm like, oh, we have to. And obviously, live.
Yeah.
And then I'm just like, I don't know what to do. And just today I have this experience of like, I need to create this app. I need to, because I know this thing will make money. But I'm like, okay, what's the process? Ask ChatGPT. Oh, close. Yes, see. In the Bible, God says there are 3 heavens. Whoa. 3 heavens. Our sky, then the stars and planets, universe, etc. Then the heaven where He sits. So I think there is so much more out there that we will never reach in our human forms. You know what? Now she says that. The craziest thing that. I feel like there's like 3 things that I cannot fathom. One of it is I think so. Like I mean fathom. I know what the word means exactly, but like I cannot even
comprehend it. Yeah.
Like obviously, if you tell me about like God's love, I know it's unending, but I can't think there. But it doesn't feel like it's overwhelming me. It's like, you know what I mean? Even though I can't think there, but I think that's probably the key, is the moment you can actually think, and you're like, but how is that?
Yeah.
But the one is that obviously, what does life look after death? If I start sitting there, I imagine myself like, what if you sit there and you're like, but there's nothing for eternity, so you won't breathe again, not for a million years, for eternity, and that thought breaks me. And the other thing now she says this is that the universe apparently was expanding.
Yeah.
I feel like tap out.
Yeah, tap out.
What's happening? Because
does it expand into?
That's the question.
Because the balloon pops.
So, if a town expands, it's carrying on over the land. But you're like, okay, Earth can't expand, right? You're like, because we're thinking material. then like the universe, wait, what's happened?
And
I
why?
imagine in game
Why must it?
in
Why?
game development, if you add land,
Mm.
they show you like these squares. All of them are empty.
Mm.
If I click, it creates land.
Mm-hmm.
Then it shows you the squares next to that one that you can click.
Mm.
If I click here, it creates. And that's the best I have. It says nothing, and it's like, but then I'm like, but how? Magic? Like what physical, and obviously a scientist has an explanation of.
Mm-hmm.
It's expanding. It's weird.
But then,
yeah,
yeah.
whatever. Yeah, sorry.
Because then you incorporate, technically with the expansion of the universe, you are including the big mystery of black holes, because they play a big role in it. And it's like, I'm starting to, I think it is thoughts, if you really sat down and think, that you could go a bit insane. Like, so,
Just tapping into that sanity thought.
Bold
you
look.
don't fall.
makes you very intimidating. No, usually I just have a hat. A bold look is, but I'm the least intimidating guy that I know, I think.
To him.
But I mean, listen. My little pony, my little...
I can say, yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
There we go. That's not that intimidating.
man.
Come on. No, I like what do you call it? When is your new movie coming out? Ben Affleck?
No,
um,
I can't look like Ben now because I don't have the beard.
the other day again, I just saw somebody with. Oh, it's that Bobby guy on social media. Also shaven.
Mm.
It's just so weird because then I'm like, I can't imagine him with hair. It's so weird that I feel like I don't know anybody that looks crappy with a bald head. Maybe at first, there's a few people, but give it time, and they will look
Oh.
crappy with hair then after that. It's the weirdest thing for me.
It's strange.
Oh, Sian, I like the essays you write. Imagine being a twin in your mother's womb, and the one twin says, "This is it, when leave here, we die, and there's nothing," and the other says, "But just imagine.
Yeah, I remember.
Maybe we'll be able to breathe on our own." Yeah, that's crazy. Like we're in a womb now. Maybe we would see things with these eyes. My brother told me he was skating with my mother and my sister, and then he said my mother told the story, and when she was pregnant with him, the first sonar they went for
Hmm?
picked up 2 heartbeats, and in the second one there was just one. And I was like, and then my
That's
brother's
weird.
thing is like, imagine I was a twin, blah blah. He went like, my mind was thinking, would I have been that twin? How does that work? But anyways, then oh shit. I told that to Renique, and Renique's like, yeah, it's actually, what can happen is that twin, not like, what's the word? Consumes the other one. And then Renique said like, you should actually go for a full body scan, because sometimes you can see like somewhere in in the person's body, it's like a fetus like shaped, like it somehow got it consumed.
I was
I'm like,
expecting
okay.
something very different. Like my mom has an extra kidney. She has a third kidney. So I'm like, maybe that's what happens when people have weird things extra. But you actually see a shape. I'm like, what? Anyways, I'm running.
I'm running. On your right if you want to.
You have the ball. No, you don't.
But yeah, that's obviously now a possibility.
Yes, that's a strange thought.
Yeah.
But isn't it weird how that information, you were living a normal life, and I think I still, But if you give it a lot of thought, it can really become something in your life. Like, actually, there's levels, but it could be, you could turn it traumatizing,
Oh, of course, yeah.
and but it can also just be a deep, meaningful thing for you. Not
yeah.
saying it's bad,
Mm-hmm.
but it's weird. You were rocking for 30
Yeah.
odd years.
Normal in a way.
Life, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
maybe blissfully unaware. Ignorance is bliss.
And then obviously you can
Ooh, it was close.
start adding stuff like, maybe that's why I always felt like
Yeah,
I'm not included.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
why
yeah.
I thought like I'm talking to somebody else, and I'm open, sorry. Nice.
Ooh, Duck
Alright,
Fundy
put that
net.
on the lucky. Maybe we would see things with these eyes. Yeah, okay, yeah. We have to think of the impossible in our spirit. We know the answer, we just need to unlock the wisdom. You see, and that sounds like something a philosopher would tell me. You see, that was actually a 6-shot from Wallace.
Was.
Curved like a bit out and then in again. Man, can I give the money back? Oh. Yeah. It is. I feel like it's such a like unfortunate thing that we've got all. I know this sounds very cheesy. I'm gonna say simple, and then obviously there's a lot of details to it. But it's unfortunate that we have. Oh, sorry. We like to watch the screen, and there's something like space to explore.
Oh.
You can be like this. I'm gonna build a telescope. You know, you can obviously buy one, but you can just build one.
Yeah.
I'm saying just,
Oh.
but you can be like, I'm gonna embark in this journey. And I have off time. I'm gonna build, and then later you're like this. I'm gonna look at this, and you just write stuff down. Or you can dive into a garden. Be like, oh, this is and you plant this and you nurture, and you're like, we've got this endless world to explore. And then we're like, unfortunately, yeah. I think the phone, for me, what a phone does is it makes me feel I'm taking part in 50 things. You feel like you're living life more. But the moment you just go out and build a telescope, you're like, is this all my life is? You know?
I hear you.
It's a weird thing. Shitty, actually.
I would just say, like, we're spending obviously time with Kelly, and then spending time in the garden. Like,
For you?
Is rarig. Lekker.
It's like spending time with
Thought you just. I've got soil underneath my. It was like even earlier today. It's like, you see, my nails are dirty. Why is it dirty? It's because I was working in the land. Working in the land. And then
That's how they did it in Da Vinci days.
It's so strange to think like every now and again I ask Kelly like, why is this, what's this flower? She's like, it's self-seeded. And so it's maybe this one that we add, and then somewhere she plucked it out, it's the season is over, bye, and then you thought it's game over, but it's now somewhere else. You're like, what? When did the bird take the seed? When did this little, and you think it will need a lot more nurturing from you.
Yes, you think you have a part in this journey.
This bad boy was just like, ooh. He's just like, no, I'm gonna grow.
I remember one of Renique's plants cross-pollinated and new color came out. I was like, okay, I'm done.
Da-da-da-da.
And we had absolutely nothing to do with that. Renique just gave them water. I love the garden too.
That's good.
honestly think there's some things I feel like it should naturally be part of our lives,
Yeah.
and I feel like it's up with music in it, music, dancing, gardening.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Those are big things that I struggle to see
You
life
must
without that.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, the dancing thing, people struggle with that. But I love that people struggle with, because gardening, if you can almost put anybody in a garden, they're probably gonna say like that was pretty fun.
Yeah.
You can play anybody music.
Yeah.
Depending on if they like it or not, but everybody likes music.
Mm-hmm.
But the dancing, that's my theory. Everybody loves dancing. But a lot of people say, no, I'm not a dancer. I
Yeah.
think if you dance, you like it. We get a lot of fruit here on the coast. Banana trees, banana.
That bananas.
What else? What other fruits do you get there? Sugarcane. That's not a fruit, but I'm just thinking about the plantations. I still want to eat a sugarcane. I think I saw a memory in me said I had one, but
Mangoes, bananas, etc. Monkeys help spread the seed.
there you go. Good job, monkeys. Because I have this memory of somebody told me, now I'm imagining it. Avocados are full of, okay, yeah. But sugar canes, obviously, they're not that sweet as sugar. You imagine was like, sugar.
But how does it taste to somebody that didn't have our sugar? No?
Yeah. It's obviously sweet,
Mm-hmm.
but it's nothing. Either I have this as memory, or I'm just imagining it. I can't put that. But I have this memory of me trying it, and I was like, it's actually dull.
Mm.
But when it comes to bamboos riet, it's sweet.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like as sweet as a mango.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
then
don't know.
That's obviously weird, because it's like, but it is a sugar cane though. Avocados are full up. Come on, nice. Making the run, Charlie.
Making my way down the line.
Walking past faces, blasted, and I'm homebound.
You know that this is a new topic, but that it feels like sometimes
Oh, thank you, toch. Good time.
Just him. They burn the sugar before harvest because chemical happens inside. And
Then waste more to sell.
Interesting. But champs, the legendary champs in whatever field,
Oh,
in whatever field, they need something happening that's sort of lucky to continue the story. Sometimes it looks like luck, and let's say it is luck. This might be happening with Max Verstappen. Johnny, I wish I could explain this. Not that I'm like the biggest, but I know Formula One for years, and I had like 2 periods of watching. Pre-13th floor, and now
Post 34.
yeah, basically, but late post. And so, okay, so obviously you race, you score points, and I feel like what's been, I don't know all history, but at least my history, there tends to be a dominant team / champ. Because it was Michael Schumacher. I think it was maybe more competitive, like 1 year in the more back days, older days. But okay, and then you Hamilton was like 7 times, which has never been done before, whatever. Okay, great. But what you for sure is there's a dominant car. Let's say that at the very least. There's a dominant car. So this year, everyone's like, because last year it was, or last season, let me rephrase it a little bit better. Last season it was Red Bull and Verstappen, and the season before that. So I think he only won twice. Okay. And so now you think, okay, Verstappen, it's going to do it again. Dominant car, Red Bull, blah, blah, blah. Quickly, you see, no, McLaren got their shit somehow together, and they did compete at the end of the previous season, and then beginning of the season, win. And then you kind of know, okay. Then the big competition was between the two teammates, which was lots of drama, long story. Because every team chooses a number one driver. McLaren was like, we're not going to. It caused so much drama on Spice, which is obviously fun to watch. But now they compete against each other. Okay. Which is maybe this season shows you why you should have chosen a dominant driver, maybe. Because they won the constructors, meaning the team got so much points compared to other teams, they won that. But the driver has not been. There's no driving. Verstappen is just slowly consistent, third, and not. But. And then somewhere Norris, which is one of the drivers, went through like a skid, and his teammate Piastri looked like he's going to be champ. So when Norris had his skid, Verstappen was better than him, but not better than Piastri. So now you think Piastri is going to be champ. Suddenly Piastri hits a skid. He's shit. Norris is, but Verstappen is also constant. Then, because of that, he got closer and closer, and some people are like, look, but he's third. He's almost caught up now with Piastri. Okay, and there's like 4 races left. And he's still eligible to win, but the right things need to happen. So this previous race, Piastri is like shit, so Verstappen gets closer. And then Norris is, was he first or second? But he was first, doesn't matter. First or second he was podium. Verstappen was there. Piastri was like 7th or whatever. You still get points. Later the FIA, which is the managing body, whatever, found that they did something incorrect. It's not always necessarily cheating, but you made a dumb error. Or you tried something new and they're like, okay, that doesn't make the regulation. So both McLarens didn't get points, disqualified from the race. So there's 0 and you get like 25 points to win, so it's actually a big jump. So Verstappen can really, no, actually, he needed somewhere almost that
a miracle.
He was still in contention, but now it's that little miracle is making it so much more possible. And now I think he's just going to activate that. But because he even in that interview said, yeah, but it's like so many right things has to happen. One of those things happened. And obviously it was luck, but this will put him down as one of the greatest racers ever, because he's already kind of got that name, because he just most went into other racing scenes off time and won that race, did this thing. But it's just wild to witness.
Something I don't understand with Formula 1. If you watch Rush, which is there's some accurate things. Niki Lauda goes to the team and he says, but are you guys using magnesium parts? And they're like, oh, no, we're not. We have to rebuild. And then he made the car 2 seconds faster around the lap. Or 4 seconds, I can't remember. That's some Musa thing. That was in his time. Now there's a lot of things changed, and if you look at engines and performance, and obviously I think they also spend much more time in the body of the car than the engines themselves. But it's just so fascinating to me that cars still stand out. That I'm immediately saying like, wait, what did you do to stand out, first of all? And then what are the other guys lacking as well that they can't keep up with? And then obviously after 2 years did they like, oh, but we also expanded our wing. But I'm like, in Niki Lauda's day, he did something massive like changing to magnesium parts to get to 2 seconds for a
Mhm.
lap. Then I'm like, is your wing that you're suddenly putting it like this giving you 2 seconds? Is it giving you 8 seconds so you always win races? But it always feels like you say, there's a dominant team.
Mhm.
I'm just so curious on how is it always possible? It was ever years. It's like there's like 6 cars that can take it.
Maybe. I
But
highly doubt it.
but that's so weird. That's so weird. And then you take Hamilton and put him in a different car, and apparently it's
You
now
can
he's
clearly see.
third.
And that is
You're
that
like,
is the thing. What Verstappen is destroying,
mm,
because he's showing that if you are an exceptionally amazing driver, you can at least compete. You just have to be consistent and bring it in. But obviously, he doesn't have the weakest car, but his teammate is like sometimes 11th, 12th, which you don't get points. 9th, his greatest consistency is 10. He hits a 10. He's first or second. Says, and they've changed drivers. They like kicked the one guy out as a rookie, said, no, let's bring this more experienced driver. Does the same cock. Verstappen is like, for the first time, because I could never say, is he really a good driver? One, I was maybe too young in Schumacher's time. But you see him win, but I don't know if that's a skill or not. But now I'm starting to, and now I'm like, and I wasn't even a big Verstappen fan. I still won't say like, 'cause it's hard for me to connect to the Formula One drivers. But now I'm like, I am probably the dumbest Formula One fan with cars up there, and I'm just like, this guy. It's it's such a strange.
it's the weirdest thing for me. Look at like cell
But I
phones.
think there's something to do with just the same is when you with soccer or whatever, if you win you do get more money. I don't know if there's some like law rules you can only spend this much to improve your team. So even if you see the answer, because even somewhere, what happened in the one season, don't know many details. One of the weaker teams got Mercedes old car. Let's just say it's now 2025 season, and they are driving with the Mercedes 2023 season, and they were like, you see, there's such an improvement now for them. So I'm like, I don't understand exactly how that works, and maybe there's financial regulations.
So
That would be my next step in
What I don't understand, like,
fandom.
I guess I'm just adding to the whole mystery now, but look at the car industry. See, if somebody says they talk about Audi or BMW, both German, both amazing cars.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, if you want performance, go for BMW.
Mm-hmm.
If you want luxury, go with Audi. But then you're like, okay, so BMW puts time into performance and effort, research, and they must have thousands of people working for them. But it still shows.
Yeah.
But it's not. Maybe if they go around the track like the M4 and like a RS 4/6, I guess I don't know what will compete with that. Then the BMW like beats it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see it like overlapping it or.
Yeah.
But maybe overlapping is an extreme example. But my point is that now you go to other cars and they're like, yeah, I don't know about the engines just break. Now the engine thing makes sense to me because there's heat involved. You're like, okay, but what does your car do when it's at 60,000? This thing gets weaker, like kilometers. This thing gets weaker, and this thing actually helps with distributing the water.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're not distributing that well anymore. And then the pistons, and then this, and then. So that I understand that these Volkswagen and them spent so many years, they could know how to make engines. But then you still, like, why are there performance cars because they don't focus on their body means jack squat because they're not going that fast. It's about probably the chassis and the engine.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm like, why are they still like? There's still a difference.
Yeah.
But it's not. And then you get Formula One that say literally, they have regulations which makes it even worse for me, because you cannot go out there.
Mm-hmm.
You have to stay in this box, and we're all going for performance / efficiency.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, okay, that's nobody goes for comfort, nobody goes for luxury. We're going for this, and you're like, yeah, but this car's dominate. I'm like, still though. Like I say, Niki Lauda's time, I get that.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody's like, if he looks like his junior and yeah, that you'd put magnesium bars and like, no. He's like, yeah, you idiots. That makes sense to me if that's like a Moosha thing for you. But now I'm like, why are we still struggling with, I feel like 8 of those cars should be like, at the end of that's the end of the race. But it's just not. It's like, yeah, there goes, if you look at what makes sense, gonna say good night.
Good night.
Cheers, Ian. Thanks for popping in.
See
Sorry
you
talking
tomorrow.
about cars now. I guess I can stop the stream. Cheers, guys. Thanks, everybody.